risk his neck for his brother, man.
Shaft.
Oh, a little choke up there on the part of Chris Arps. How are you, my friend?
Wow. I'm good.
You better? You all right?
Until that, yeah.
I'm telling you what, man.
I'm going to make a prediction on Bill O'Reilly.
What's that?
In 6 months' time, he will have the show before Rachel Maddow on MSNBC.
No way.
Yeah. Look at his career where he always went on The View and did The Tonight Show and all of these shows. So he's always had his hand out, reaching out to the moderates and the progressives. And, MSNBC sees Fox is kind of wounded right now. Bill O'Reilly's probably a little ticked that they didn't stand by him and got rid of him. So why not go to the dreaded enemy of MSNBC and stick it to Fox and get back on TV?
Heads will roll once the investigation has been completed.
Heads are going to roll. If that happens, the liberals will lose their minds. But if you're correct, MSNBC is going to realize what a ratings gold mine that could be for them.
Well, I saw something the other day on, I think it was Drudge Report. Rachel Maddow was beating Fox News in her time slot. I didn't investigate it and read more into it.
She's beaten them a couple of times, yeah. I know, but...
Since the O'Reilly termination.
Yeah, maybe. It's like a train wreck. I'm not quite sure why you'd want to watch it. I just it baffles me.
That's why.
It does. You think?
People,
but let me get back to O'Reilly for a moment, because people, the left, Hannity handled this so well last night, because here's what he said. He said, if you don't believe that the conservative voices in this country are being targeted, you need to take another look at what's going on. You need to wake up and smell the roses. Hannity said, because the Roger Ailes thing first, the attempted takedown of O'Reilly, this lady who came forward, who apparently has been stalking Hannity for years, making these unfound allegations and then reversing herself after he pushed back on it. He said this is just the beginning. And he truly believes that nobody in America who's speaking out from a conservative point of view is safe. What I'd like to point out is that for all the people who were fair weather O'Reilly fans who now decided, well, I don't know if what he was doing was that great and we can live without him on Fox, I want to play something here for you, because I want you to just remember what O'Reilly brought to the table, right? A 30-year career as a network news reporter and an anchor to analyze facts and to get to the truth. This is what he said last night also on his podcast when referring to this 100-day thing that Democrats are claiming Trump's a failure because he hasn't done anything in his 100 days. And he said, you know what? You got to look back at the media headwinds he's faced since he got sworn into office.
But the press is supposed to be objective, and certainly, they are not. They want to destroy Trump's presidency. So for him to poll in the low 40s favorable isn't that bad. But here's the kicker, all right? In the Washington Post poll, it says that if an election were held tomorrow, Donald Trump would still beat Hillary Clinton, 43% to 40%, in a hypothetical rematch tomorrow. And only 2% of those who voted for Donald Trump regret their vote. So the president needs to be a little more, don't react to these polls, all right? A little more circumspect. The base for him is still there and not discouraged. The majority of Americans still prefer him over Hillary Clinton to run the country. I mean, and these are coming out of, Washington Post and liberal precincts.
So, I mean, great analysis by O'Reilly as always, but basically what he's saying is whatever Trump's hasn't done is because of the media, but the fact that he's still got the level of support he does is in spite of the media and what they've tried to do.
And you missed an adjective there when you were describing Bill O'Reilly. A lot of bluster.
Well, but it's part of what
I think that was responsible for a lot of his popularity.
Right. Well, but you got to have somebody who's got the guts to stand up and say it, right? Who's going to speak it. And O'Reilly did. It's one thing that attracted people to him. And from Maddow's point of view, if you listen to her, she does the same thing on the left side.
But, I mean, the media is like Hollywood, and everyone wants to make their name and be famous. I mean, is O'Reilly really the only good spokesperson the conservative Republican movement had? I mean, will others step up and be just as blustery and loudmouth and opinionated as he is?
We're about to find out. I don't think Tucker's that. I mean, Tucker is an excellent debater, and he enjoys the give and take of getting somebody on there and kind of slicing them and dicing them, but he does it in a different way, a much more polite way than O'Reilly did. Yeah. So I don't think he's going to garner quite the viewership that O'Reilly did.
Yeah.
I don't know that they had anybody that could just step in and replace him.
No. Like I said,
I'm not available because I'm under contract.
Exactly. I mean, I think O'Reilly is an entertainer. I enjoyed his shows, but I didn't trust him all the way as a conservative because
I don't think he
took
was.
Positions that were kind of middle of the road. And when I used to see him on the late night talk shows and on The View, it seemed like he overly tried to play up to that liberal audience that he's not a conservative. So, I don't feel too bad because he got a $25 million severance package and he's going to be
good work if you can get it right.
Doing well. So
I would be on the beach right now. Right? Emmis wants to sever this contract and pay me $25 million. I'm out the door.
But if you had an ego like O'Reilly, though, you wouldn't want to go out like that, though. You'd be trying to set the record straight, as he says.
I know, I agree, and I think he will, and he'll end up somewhere else on TV, just like you said. You think? It could be. It could be.
I can see that. He'd be a logical fit.
I kind of thought maybe OANN or one of those networks that has sort of been on the edges of people's awareness. I know it's AT&T Uverse carries it. I don't even know if all the cable channels carry it. Yeah. But it comes with a more conservative point of view.
Very conservative. I've actually been on one of the programs.
Oh, have you really?
I won't say the show.
Well, now I won't watch it again. No, I'm just teasing. That's good. We'll see where he ends up. I can't envision a situation where he's going to keep doing a podcast.
Yeah.
You don't go from there way up here down here to a podcast. It just doesn't happen.
And I think he's still very marketable, and I think someone's going to offer him a suitcase full of money, and they're going to make him, as my favorite movie says, an offer he can't refuse.
Speaking of sexual harassment, did you see Bruce Jenner last night? What did I say? Caitlyn Jenner last night on Tucker?
I try not to.
I know you do, but you also confessed to me when you walked in here that you went to bed at 8 o'clock last night. So Tucker was on at 8, I think, right? Yeah. You missed it.
I did.
You got to record it. It's a great show.
Thanks for busting me out to the audience.
That's all right. You got a good excuse. You know what? I tease my wife all the time because she wakes up at dark 30 every day to exercise or whatever she's going to do, have her quiet time. And I'm sleeping till the last possible second and dragging my butt out of bed and getting in the shower. And I said, now that early to bed, early to rise, wise, wealthy thing. When does the wealthy come in? That's my question.
I'm still waiting for that.
You too? Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
That's what I want to ask people like you, because I know I'm not quite as tired as you are. Because I'm just teasing. I don't go to bed that early. Anyway, Caitlyn Jenner
came in to get abused today.
Caitlyn Jenner ends up on. It's a rough world, man. Caitlyn Jenner ends up on Tucker last night, and is still a Trump fan, right?
Yeah.
And talks about the fact that the most difficult thing that she had to go through was coming out not as a transgender, but as a Republican.
Said that I was a Republican, and I said at the Republican National Convention, I said it was harder to come out as trans than it was to come out as a member of the Republican Party.
I don't know if there's a correlation, but he's still with Trump. He's still Republican, and he also still has a wiener.
No, he doesn't.
He still had. Yeah, he
had the surgery, didn't he?
No, he's never had the surgery. So maybe there's a correlation there. I don't know, but no, he's been criticized for that because he hasn't gone the final extra mile.
I've got a song for that, don't I, Liz? Can I play my song? She's just shaking her head at me. She doesn't want me to play the Wiener song.
Yeah.
All right. She says she's afraid I'll get in trouble. All right. Chris, we'll get to a break. We'll end the abuse briefly. 314-969-9797, 866-455-9797. When we come back, I want to talk a little more about this attack, so to speak, on the conservatives and sort of how some of the libs are responding to it, particularly this Ann Coulter speech out in Berkeley. And I want to shift things back to what's going on in the state with the legislature. I know Chris and I were talking about this a minute ago with some of the bills that are being pushed through, and there's a new poll out on Governor Greitens, and we'll get to that and much more right after this.
This is the Mark Cox Show. Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Partly sunny skies with us on this Tuesday, 80 for the high. Tonight, lots of clouds and mild, 60. Then on Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies, windy. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms developing, especially as we push through the afternoon and into the evening, when a couple of them could be on the strong side. 75 on Wednesday. Temperatures in the 60s on Thursday. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
All right, let me tell you about my friends out at the Range St. Louis West. You know what? Love to just go out there with the family, take my son and my daughter out there sometimes just to shoot. And it's relaxing and it's fun. And when you have a membership, you get right in and you get a discount, and it's just fantastic. The training, though, is just something completely different, because you're going out there not as a client to buy something. You're going out there and you've got somebody who's either a current or former member of the military, or maybe a current or former member of law enforcement who's been through all of this advanced training, and they're imparting that knowledge to you. And that's why there is a difference in training. Not all training is created equal, is what they like to say. And not all of them can truly prepare you to carry concealed or to be prepared in a self-defense situation like they can at the range. Because they've got 20 lanes downstairs for the shooting range. Then they've got a completely separate area where they can do move and shoot and different kinds of training, and you're really going to enjoy yourself. All you have to do is go to their website. They've got a new monthly membership program you can check out. They've got a really cool simulator out there that's like being in the middle of a video game, and you can find their full training schedule right on their website at therangestl.com. Go visit them at 14803 Manchester Road in Baldwin.
It's McBride & Son's Home Sweet Home Tour during the month of April. Visit any of McBride's over 40 communities to get sweet treats and an even sweeter deal. Save from $5,000 to $105,000 on a new inventory home. Plus, McBride will have dessert food trucks at select locations throughout the month. So follow them on social media for dates and stops. The McBride Home Sweet Home Tour now through April 30th. It's a sweet chance to get a sweet deal on a new home. See McBrideHomes.com for details.
Brian Kilmeade here. Every week it seems there's a new report of a cybersecurity breach, right?